Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, Jasmine, the first person to join. Oh, she's not here anymore. Hello, everybody. Tonight's class is going to be a bit different than class usually goes, and that's how it should be. Class is going to be a little bit different tonight, and that's how it should be always, all the time. No set plan, no set schedule. You show up as you are, and that's the title of tonight's masterclass, Showing Up. Hi, Jay. How are you? That's the theme of tonight's class, showing up, because that's what I'm doing in real time. Now, let me show you guys what I look like. Because you're here early, you get a treat. This is me. This is me right now. Hair, guys, hair's so healthy I can run my hands through it. Hello, so proud of that. Let me pat it back down. I just cut my locks off, guys, like 2 weeks ago. But this is me right now. I've had a killer headache all day. My poor little sister, she's so bloated. See, I'm out of breath from that, just from standing up. She's so bloated, she's walking crooked. My dad's tired, my mom's drained. I'm bringing this up because there's big energetic changes going. There's huge energetic changes happening, but who will you be in the midst of them? It all depends on your focus. Now, I've experienced things, old things from different timelines, from like past things recently. And so I thought, how the heck can I come on here on a masterclass and guide people and tell them what to focus on when I'm still navigating letting go of my past? Here's the answer. You show up. I'm not here pretending. I'm not here with some script. I'm not here. Guys, usually we read through the book, Love the Real Word of God by Roshanna Alvarado. I don't have that planned. I just came here to be an example to you guys that even in the midst of making mistakes, misleading your focus, paying attention to things that you don't need to anymore, all of the things that we're experiencing now are presenting us with opportunities to show up. Again, you guys can hear me. I'm out of breath. When am I ever out of breath? Usually I'm yelling at you guys with love, with so much love. Drink a bunch of water today. Mouth still dry. Mouth still dry. Guys, we have to allow our bodies and our minds to do the things that they need to do. Not everything is a sickness, an illness, something to complain about. You are changing. And if you really are on this journey of remembering self-love and who you truly are, as your soul is evolving, so must your body and your mind. And so that brings me back to the victim complex that we've talked about in, sorry guys, in a few other master classes. Will you be a victim to life? Because in reality, bad things aren't happening. It's just life giving you a chance to perceive it differently than how you used to. So guys, again, I'm living through the lessons, but part of showing up is recognizing that life doesn't have to be hard. You didn't have to hit rock bottom, or you didn't have to experience that thing from your past. You simply had to make different choices. And guys, I had to face like, dang, all it takes is one choice to misalign with what's best for you. But as we're all learning about how to trust ourselves, what's our voice, our soul's voice versus ego, in the midst of that, I hate to say battle, but in the midst of that conversation, I should say, still show up. It doesn't matter the day you had yesterday. It doesn't matter that someone cursed you out in Wawa at the gas station today. Are you going to pick up that blunt when you get home, or are you going to stretch? These are the human conversations we need to have outside of spirituality. You know, guys, like enough of the spiritual stuff. On a human level, how do you perceive yourself in the midst of things not going your way? This is really important, guys. How do you perceive yourself? And then what do you choose to do in the midst of things not going your way or how you expected them to go? Okay? All I want to do right now, is sit down on my laptop, watch my show, Building the Band, on Netflix, which, guys, I don't usually consume media. Everything I do is like, okay, I'm supposed to do this. I'm watching it for a reason, I promise. And there's nothing wrong with watching TV, but I'm remembering my voice, including my artist voice, my singing voice. And so to watch this new show, it's just so beautiful. Gen Z finding their purpose through music and building a band. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. I'm a nerd. I'm a music nerd. I am a music nerd, yes. But to tie it back around, I could have chosen that. But no, I'm going to show up. And guys, honestly, being here gives me more energy. I want to go back to the importance of showing up and the body, because this is really important. Sometimes when I find myself with aches in the body, well, usually actually, not sometimes, headaches, body aches, stomach aches especially, my body is very reactive to change. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but very, very reactive. I find that whenever I do what I need to do, it goes away. Like, guys, I can have a crazy headache, right? Simply because my body is resetting. I eat completely clean. There's nothing wrong. I'm hydrated. There are no problems. But my head's pounding, pounding, pounding. I'll go to the park and go for a run. It's gone. Now, doctors will say, ooh, vigorous movement while you're in pain. Don't do that. Quite the contrary, guys. Hear me. If you are someone living in chronic pain right now, you need to move. If you're struggling with the diet, I understand. I understand the idea of letting go of something that brings you comfort and you know it's killing you. But guess what? Eventually you will have to make that decision. One day your body will be a priority to you. It's simply a matter of circumstances. Will it happen the easy way or the hard way? That's every human being ever. But going back to what I was saying. Sorry, guys, I'm charging my phone too. It's on 7%. See, I wasn't prepared for today, but that's okay. Going back to that, guys, the second I start moving, my aches and pains are gone, including headaches. So don't be afraid to, okay. All right, whatever. We'll stick with 9%. Sorry, guys. Do not be afraid to move when you are in pain. That is your body signaling to you that energy needs to flow, and you're not doing anything about it. You see, our bodies are so intelligent, they literally regenerate. And so when we show up for ourselves, we are giving our bodies a chance to acclimate to our choices. So what does that mean? For example, when I go on a run, that's me choosing something that's best for me. Movement is always great for the body. I'm allowing the energy that's trapped in my mind, maybe in my rib cage. You guys know that pain, your stomach, your hips, everything holds energy. I'm allowing it to move. Especially when you start changing for the better, energy needs to move through you. This isn't a spiritual conversation, guys. And we know that the core of our existence is spiritual. We know that. We know that the true human experience isn't what can be seen, but rather what we can feel. It's time to perceive yourself differently. Every part of you, including your body. Your body isn't a machine meant to provide you pleasure, get you attention, house a body or house a soul, whatever. Like, this is the body that you're in is so important because it's working so hard for you. And it's doing things that the human scientists don't even understand the magnitude of what the body is doing. So when we show up for ourselves, we are giving our bodies everything it needs to actually function properly. Everything. Even regarding cancer, guys. This is a very important conversation. Didn't think I'd be talking about this tonight, but it needs to be said. Cancer is simply an acclamation of thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that you haven't let go of yet. There's a documentary called Heal. I love it. Guys, I don't know where. I watched it on an illegal movie site, but they took it down. So I don't know where you can find it right now. Maybe Gaia. It's a website called Gaia. Maybe go to the free trial, guys, and Heal will be there. HEAL. And it's a documentary about how people were given opportunities to heal. One lady, she had a chronic skin condition, like rashes would pop up all over her body. She tried everything under the sun. It would never go away. One of the reasons why it didn't is because she didn't believe it could. Okay? She didn't believe it could. And the beautiful thing about this documentary is that it showcases multiple stories. There was another lady, we're just going to call her Deborah because I don't remember her name. There's another lady, stage 4 cancer. Mind you, she's completely plant-based, health nut, shredded abs, the typical healthy person, but she was in an abusive marriage. And so she was holding on to a lot of that trauma and pain and the memories, right? So guys, she decided to believe in holistic and emotional healing. She would meet with this lady in a meadow, beautiful place, like a healing center, pretty much just in nature. And I don't want to misspeak because I saw this maybe a year ago, but within, I want to say less than a year, guys, don't quote me. It's been a while since I saw it. I'll just say quickly, quicker than expected, her cancer was gone. Guys, if you don't believe me, swipe out of this live, go look up Heal documentary, and you will see that this is true. I have no reason to lie. So what was the difference between the lady suffering from just a topical or really an internal skin issue, going to doctors, medicines, all this stuff, versus the lady with stage 4 cancer, predicted to die? She didn't have too long to live. She decided to release emotions. Oh, thank you for the heart on TikTok. She decided to release emotions consistently, and the cancer was gone. Move your bodies, because then you can move your emotions. The only thing chronic about your chronic illness is your belief that you cannot heal it. Oh, guys, I have pain all on the left side of my neck and in my head. This is a very important conversation, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. This is a really important conversation. Your cancer, your endometriosis, your chronic migraines, your body aches, your joint pains. Your body is responding to the emotional work you are not willing to do. See, another thing about the body is that it can't lie to you. The brain can lie. Woo-woo. It'll make up stories. It'll put pictures in there, whatever, The body will never lie about the condition you are in mentally and spiritually. I feel like I'm talking a little too fast, guys. Ooh. Okay, I'll say it again. The body will never lie about the state that you're in, mentally or spiritually, including me right now. Hi, guys, to everyone who's new joining. I'm like this, a bit more mellow, more calm, not really referencing the book that I usually do because I have a headache. Simple, but it's not the end of the world. It's actually the beginning. We're allowed to change. We're allowed to experience things without having them be dramatic and traumatic. Yeah, so this is why you must show up for yourself. Guys, please check out that Heal documentary. I mean, especially if you're in a situation now where you believe you can't. That's a tricky word because on this journey, it can't exist, ironically. If you decide, or once you decide, you're here because you decided to start choosing to love yourself. You already made that choice. What they don't say is that you get to a part on the journey where you don't have a clue about who you are. I'm right there. I'm right there. Let's switch gears a bit regarding how showing up for yourself looks, especially when you're still trying to figure out who you are, what you want, what you need, and what voice is yours. Now, on another live, in another class, I mentioned how my spiritual awakening was from a foundation of darkness because I took drugs, I took LSD. Most of humanity woke up from a foundation of darkness. When I say woke up, I'm referencing the moment everyone started realizing the truth about spirituality and earth and the truth of what's really going on here. A lot of people just started receiving information about the truth versus remembering the truth of who they are. Now, guys, what's the difference? What's the difference in regards to waking up from a foundation of darkness, which is just force, everything opposite of love? So maybe you took a drug, maybe you, well, I don't know the other ways actually. I'm just referencing my situation. Versus choosing love for yourself and naturally remembering and receiving divine information about you and your soul and visions and these cool things, right? What's the difference? Well, whenever you choose anything from a foundation of darkness, which is just fear, we first need to understand, guys, we need to understand that darkness knows the truth as well. Because darkness is just love transformed. Here's love, the center of creation, the beginning of time, God, which isn't a supreme being, it's literally the energy of love. And then here's fear. So because of humanity's conscious choices to choose to believe that they are far from love, that they are not love, but rather they need to search outside of themselves for it. This goes back eons, guys. I'm just giving the short version. Because of humanity's conscious choices to seek outside of themselves what they are, fear has evolved. So humanity has consistently chosen fear, right? So when we reference darkness and, oh my God, darkness knows the truth. Yeah, darkness is love. Who cares that darkness is here? Its source is here. That's why I always say, guys, there's no devil, there's no demon. It's you. It's you. It's different versions of yourself that you have the power to transform with different choices. Okay, but I'm not going to give too much of that. But that's a little bit of the foundation, right? Regarding that good conscious and that bad conscious, right? The voices you hear, the one that urges you Gently, it's a gentle urge to love yourself, to make different decisions, to choose yourself. Oh, my phone's gonna die. Hold on. To choose yourself, and then there's another voice that negates it. There's another voice that wants you to do the opposite. That is the ego. Okay? And so, as you're in the midst of trying to, okay, Instagram, you gotta be, okay. Sorry, guys, I had to flip my phone sideways. If you're still here while the camera is like this, you're a real one. Oh my gosh. So when we look at the voice of ego, we have to realize that it's everything opposite of love and safety and comfort, right? So when you're on this path and you're navigating showing up, I know what it's like to not know which voice is your own. Because for me, when you've identified with ego for so long, that dark voice, when you've been believing darkness all your life, when you've been feeding the very energy, whether that's through conflict, through misunderstandings, through judgment, jealousy, whichever choices you've been making that aren't aligned with love and kindness, when you're feeding that darkness, you assume, oh, this is human nature. This is who I am. Right? Wrong. All because you believe the sky is purple doesn't mean it is. All because, these truths will never change. And that's the good thing about being here, guys. Because the truth will always be you are love. That will never change. Ever. Which means that no matter what choice you made today that doesn't align with what's actually best for you can be changed in truth. So if the truth is that you are always love, the unshakable presence of divinity, as you continue to love yourself, that's the only way you can get there. There's no nirvana, there's no ending. There's simply different levels of you at your highest potential. And eventually you outgrow that person. Okay? I, in real time, am still, I'm still trying to understand who Camila is, me, who am I, versus what is the ego trying to convince me to be. One of my best examples is my business, my Body Butters. It's not a business. I was intuitively called to start a project that I didn't complete 4 years ago. And I'm in the midst of big life changes now. So I'm thinking, okay, start this project, save up a bunch of money, la la la. Guys, I was charging $25 a jar. Who do I think I am? Greed, ego. But thankfully, I spoke with the author of this book. She's also my friend, guys, Shanna Star. And she had me lock in. She said, Camila, if you are doing things from an old foundation of fear, greed, insecurity, lack, then you will align yourself with that timeline. So if you're stuck wondering, damn, why do I keep experiencing the same things? Well, what decisions are you making that version of you was making? You guys with me? Are you still making the decisions of the version of yourself that you're trying to outgrow? That's the ego. The ego will say, charge $25. This is a pure product. The people who need it can afford it. It's my divine birthright to make money. I deserve it. All the spiritual bullshit, to be honest. Love says, Camila, you were given this idea to heal people. Simple. Whether they know it or not, understand it or not. If love is in this jar, in every jar, it's priceless. Will your worth be contingent on $1? Immediately, the price went down to $12, plus free shipping and a free gift. Because this is what we're here to do. The ego will try to keep you tethered to who you used to be. Love will always encourage you to not only evolve, but to do something you've never done before. Guys, this is really important. Dang, I wish I could type that down somewhere. I'm going to type it down in the chat. The chat. This Twitch. Instagram, you guys are so real. I'm sorry I'm sideways. My phone's dying, but this message is still important. So, okay. Okay, guys, I'm typing it now. So ego will always try to keep you tethered to who you used to be. Love will always encourage you to do something you've never done before. Awesome, guys. Please screenshot that in the chat. Okay? That one sentence is how you will decipher, okay, what decisions do I make next? One voice is saying do this, one is saying do that. If it doesn't encourage something new, something brave, something that maybe has been on the back of your mind for a while, but you never really committed to it, that's the voice of love. Love will speak softly, gently, honestly. You know it's ego when it's the opposite. Simple. Simple. It really is simple, guys. So hopefully that helps you guys show up for yourselves. When you're able to better decipher what you're actually listening to, and then to align that with your choices, you'll be just fine. This is how you rewrite your story. Because for me, again, to awaken from a foundation of darkness, you're really just receiving information, truth. You're not really receiving information about who you are as the individual. That's what Roshanna did, and that's why her story is so incredible. No drug, no book, no shaman, whatever other spiritual bullshit is going on. Roshanna didn't do that. She simply decided, I'm going to start loving myself in a way that no human being has. Because of this, ego speaks, of course. Of course she hears things. Of course she still hears negative thoughts. But she keeps them away, if that makes sense. You can hear them, but you can recognize that that's not who you are. To choose love for yourself is a consistent thing that's done every day. She's still evolving. She's not perfect. This was part of her evolution. So guys, when you get her books, when you get her work, and when you really read and understand this knowledge, and once you remember this knowledge, I should say, you will see that she was just a person. She is just a human being that loved herself so radically, she evolved to a place that not many human beings have ever, actually. Ever, but I'll leave that there. Get the books, guys. These are some really good books. This one, you guys know, if you're a regular student, Love the Real Word of God. I have it linked in my bio. It takes you right to Amazon. I don't make a penny, okay? Her work is incredible because at every stage of your journey, the information in here will be relevant. So I highly encourage, guys. Highly encourage. This isn't about me. It's not about $1. It's about helping you bridge the gap between stuck but not being stuck. If you need a guide, guys, her work is incredible. It's phenomenal. But, yeah. Oh, now that more people are here, in the beginning I showed myself. I just want to show you guys that I'm a regular person. Like, I'm not a guru. I'm not charging $1 million per masterclass. This is me. I never really introduced myself. I'm in my muumuu, which I love her. She's cute. I'm just a regular girl, a regular person who decided to remember. So you can too. I will always emphasize I am no different than you. I simply remembered first. Who cares? Who cares, guys? This is a part of showing up. So, yeah, I think that's it. Usually, guys, I would be reading from the book. Ironically, last class we were reading the chapter I Choose Me. And so it's pretty cool that for this class, despite how I am still feeling, I chose me. Guys, if you don't take anything into this weekend, take the fact that you saw somebody show up despite having all the odds against them. I mean, granted, that was a little dramatic. All I had to do was open my computer. But how I feel right now, it feels like my whole left side was put in a washing machine, literally. But when you understand the depths of what's really going on energetically and the changes that our bodies actually help Mother Earth experience, especially women, this is why it's so important to always do what's best for you, even when you don't feel like it. Those are the moments when the universe is saying, who are you really? You want this, you pray for this, you ask for this. But now that we're giving you an opportunity to choose it, you're not? Because it doesn't look the way you thought it should? Think about that, guys. Think about that narcissism. The narcissistic relationship you have with God. That's not a superior being. A man with a beard granting your wishes. That is not God. The human being has formed a narcissistic relationship with their highest selves, which is that intuition. You ask for things and you hope for things, you pray for things, but then when it's answered in ways that you didn't expect, you ignore it, and then you still feel entitled to live a peaceful life. Guys, no matter how many affirmations you say, trust me, I've been there. No matter how many times you write in your affirmation journal, I am a goddess. Been there. Nothing will change your life like taking care of yourself. Simple. I know I built that up like it was going to be a dramatic answer, but really it's so simple. Guys, there's no logical reason how I'm alive today. Seriously. It took courage in the unknown and simply believing while I was hearing darkness and experiencing so many crazy things, there was always something in me that was louder. There was a resilience in me. And I would love to give you guys the recipe to resilience, because I can feel like so many people want to give up. Why? You made it this far. Why? Why? It's so funny because my parents always used to film me when I was a kid. You know, the huge camcorders, 2000s things. And there was one home video that showed me not being able to walk. I was maybe, chicken nugget like 3 months. Hello. 3 months falling on my face over and over again. But throughout the tape, so the tape was maybe about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. By the end of it, I was walking fully. And so I was walking by the time I was 8 months. Crazy stuff, guys. And my parents caught it on camera. I bring this up because I was born with the resilience, but I was also born with a lot of heaviness, as I'm sure most of us are. A lot of dark feelings, depression, sadness, anxiety, insecurity that we can't understand, right? But there was something in me since I was small that said, this will be the lifetime I do not quit. Period. And nothing can take that away from me. And I'm bringing that up because you are the same. Simple. I'm bringing this up because you are the same. There is something in you that says no matter what, it will work out. I'm not referring to monetary success. I'm not referring to how sexy you get in this lifetime. I'm not referring to you ending up on TV next year. I'm referring to you actually being happy and remembering peace. Remembering peace, guys, not becoming peaceful. Remembering peace. It's already you. It's already you. So, guys, the recipe for resilience is to literally, like, I don't even want to say it's steps, because again, it's kind of just something you have. But I would say that the recipe to resilience is honestly having a willingness to believe in everything you deny about yourself. I guess when I was a teeny weeny kid, I just knew that I could do it. I can walk. Why not me? I don't have to be 1 year old, 1.5 to take my first step. I'm going to do it today. Guys, I know this is such a crazy example, but it's the only one I got. Do it today. Resilience means showing up even when everything around you says otherwise. You can have every reason to not show up, but you still do. That's resilience. Changing your thoughts when you just had the same thought 100 days in a row. Taking today to change that thought is resilience. What is your willingness to be happy in that life, in this life? Not that one, this one. What's your willingness? That's part of remembering peace. That's the recipe to resilience. Your willingness to do what it takes, to let go of what it takes, to transform what it takes. No one's coming to save you. I think I say that every class, but it's really prominent. Guys, I'm living it. No one's coming to save you. And that's the good thing about it. While you may be the source of your chaos, you're also the source of your peace. Excuse me. And that's the importance of showing up, guys. If you are familiar with chaos and choosing chaos, but then there's parts of you that feel so peaceful, or at least opposite to what you've been choosing. What's in between this, what's going to bridge the gap is you showing up for yourself. Stop saying tomorrow, do it today. If you know that waking up earlier is going to help you, wake up early. Like simple, like this isn't like some motivational, like really just human to human. Why are you not waking up early when you know you should? And guys, I'm only giving that example because that's what it was for me. you know, do it. Simple. You can do it. You can. How bad do you want a different life? How bad do you want to feel what billions of human beings may never feel unless they meet you? How incredible is that? How incredible that we are the ones here to be vessels of love. And all we did was show up for ourselves when we didn't really want to. Not at first, at least. But guys, despite how I'm feeling, throat dry as a desert, stiff, dry, I'm here and I'm so glad that I am. There's no place I'd rather be, because this is the process. I'd be a hypocrite of all the things I say, sharing her work, love the real word of God, if I wasn't walking this path. I'd be a hypocrite, and you guys could feel lies. You guys can feel when people just aren't really living what they say. Guys, I'm in this shit. You know, I'm in it. I'm in it. And literally, I'm not doing anything but helping you remember too. That's all I'm doing. So guys, with that being said, I think I gave my all tonight. I think I gave my all, and I'm grateful. Tonight was a lovely class. Let me flip Instagram again, guys, because they've been watching me like this. Can you imagine being on Instagram Live, seeing somebody? And I am so dry. You guys are getting a crazy angle. Oh my God. Well, this is me authentic. Can't change it. Instagram has a crazy angle, guys, of the side of my hair. But she's so healthy, though. Guys, she is so healthy. I'm happy with it. But guys, my final thoughts for tonight's masterclass about showing up is to do it today. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to look a certain way. Clearly, showing up does not have to look a certain way. Who you are now is the version of yourself that's ready to make the choice. Again, love will speak to you softly, but repetitively. That feeling that you get that you should do something or that you should stop doing something, trust that feeling. Sadly, humanity has chosen the louder voice, fear, because they simply believed it was louder. They believed chaos and ego was the only option. That's a lie. Guys, we have loved ourselves. We've made decisions so powerful for ourselves already that our timelines have been rewritten. The future of humanity is full. It's bright. In a world where we don't have to fight anymore internally. I'm not talking about things on a superficial level. The internal war of millions of human beings is ending. How incredible is that? And because the world is the human being, what we create, what we believe about ourselves, can you imagine what showing up for yourself every day would do for someone across the world who doesn't have that voice? Who is going to be the voice for the weak? Who is going to be the voice for the weak? Who can hug the murderer, the rapist? Who can hug them, show them what love is so they can remember they are loved and so they can stop murdering? Let's have the real conversations. It starts with a few people who choose love enough for themselves that they can stand in a room with anyone and love them just the same. It is time to love people in the same ways that we are loving ourselves. But again, this isn't about anybody else. This is about you. Show up for yourself. It's not a selfish decision. You are doing this for the world because you are the world. Cut the shit and remember that you are resilient, because you wouldn't be here in this masterclass if you weren't. I'm simply your mirror. Resilience got you here, okay? Never forget that version of you a year ago that didn't know how you would make it, that didn't have a clue how the rent would be paid, that didn't have a clue how you'd get through the depression, the breakup, the toxic marriage, the friendship, college. Don't forget that version of you that had no clue how you'd survive to see today. Guys, again, maybe in another masterclass, we can dig deep into it. There is no logical reason that I'm right here, right now. There was a tenacity in my soul. There was something that said, I will do this no matter what. This is the lifetime. I know peace and joy. And it's your time to remember that as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening. Oh my gosh. I'm about to watch my show, Building the Band. Guys, if you haven't, it's totally a cool watch. It's like, oh, I hate to reference this, but Love is Blind, because everybody's in like pods and they don't see each other, but they can hear each other singing. And based on each other's like voices, they decide who they want to be in a band with. So solely off of chemistry and voice. What an incredible, genuine experience. And because they're all Gen Z, they're all like my age. Just the lingo and the jokes and like, oh my gosh. And it's so wholesome. It's not like drama and sexual and all that stuff. It's just a wholesome show about people being creative. So yeah, guys, check that out on Netflix, Building the Band. It's fresh, only one season. You guys know the first season of things is just so pure and lovely. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you guys for showing up. It was a pleasure to show up with you guys today. And guys, please remember that physical thing. I just want to say that. Move your body. There is nothing chronic about your chronic illness or situation other than your belief that it can't be changed. Okay? Love you guys so much. Have a good night. As usual, guys, on TikTok, you can find my books in my bio, or excuse me, Roshanna's books in my bio, and this free class in my live tab. And on Instagram, I'll have it in my reels with a little thumbnail. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a good night. Thank you for joining me. Toodaloo!